RockNchinaman here, and I just wanted to share with you a very special message for women communicating to men. We hear a lot about women are from Venus and men are from Mars. Actually, that's really a fairy tale. Anyone that believes that men are from Mars and women are from Venus ought to have their head examined, because that's just a metaphor. It's not even accurate if you really think deeply about it. Because women want to get through the men. Women want to get through the thick heads they believe, and we do have at times. And I know I had a thick head called a concrete cement pillar, and nothing could get through this thick head. But the fact of the matter, being human is where the problem in communication or the solution in the communication is going to be. So it's not men are from Mars and women from Venus and men and women are different. Yes, they are different, but it's not the difference that makes for good communications. It's the sameness that makes us all humans, that causes us to be lovers of one another in the sacred sense and the purity of understanding one another. Not about some fictitious God out here somewhere or some supernatural power. No, just you and I being human beings, loving, relating, speaking, sharing to one another. So it's not, again, the difference that makes for great communication. It's the sameness. And let me share with you the sameness about what I'm talking about. A lot of times we think that, oh, communication is just talk. And we hear that we're supposed to listen. And we hear sermons about 2 ears, 1 mouth, or 2 holes, 1 hole, and 2 holes to look with, and only 1 hole coming out, but all the rest of the holes is coming in. But that's very juvenile. It's, yeah, we know that, but what stops us from communicating? What stops us from listening to one another? Well, let's start with this little sphere, this little bubble, this little hamster cage, little circle. Well, the problem is most of our minds are filled with ideas. Our minds are filled with fear and anxiety, so we pop that in there. Our minds are filled with past regrets, and past regrets keep us crying. And our minds are filled with things that we think make us happy, like if I masturbate enough, I'll be happy, or if I'll spend enough money, I'll be really happy. If I spend more money and get myself a car or a truck or a vacation, I'll be really happy and I'll live happily ever after. And then we get sad because we're running out of money, and then another thought comes in. Oh no! Panic, panic, panic. See, the eyes are panicking. Panic, 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 panic. Boom. And before you know it, we have a egg of trouble. And after we get the egg of trouble, we start thinking to ourselves, oh no, what am I going to do? I got all this trouble. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then somebody else comes along and they have their little sphere. And after a while, this sphere, you notice, is filled with air. But this air comes from, if I can figure out a way of saying this, this air comes from a stingray eating too many burritos, and it's air locked inside, okay? It's like a bean burrito in here. You just don't want to let it out. But the bean burrito gets together with this other sphere that has all these crazy ideas, and they're trying to communicate. Communicate, communicate. Talk, 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 talk. Talk, 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 talk. Well, talk, 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 talk. Well, talk is not going to help. Hey, stop talking and start listening. So how do you listen? Well, folks, listening is really quite simple, but impossible almost to do, because no one's ever taught us how to listen, except they said, "You listen because I'm the teacher." They forced us to listen, but never taught us how to listen in the purest sense. To learn. Listen to observe without disturbing. Listen to absorb, to understand completely and fully, and to live that understanding as it becomes the amness of who we are and what the idea and concept is going to be. So, ladies, if you're going to talk to men, it's not the nagging. Men, if you're going to talk to your wives, it's not the nagging, because the nagging is a talk, 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 talk. And if you just imagine this, the talking is the dagger. Every time we talk, it's a dagger. Stab, 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 stab. But envision questions as listening hooks. The listening hook that draws. The listening hook that wants to know more of who we are and what we are and how we are and what we're feeling. Listening is love. Talking is pride and ego displaying. So, ladies, if you're going to talk to men, listen. Men, if you're going to talk to women, listen. It's not about the difference of the men and the women. It's about the sameness in that we all are one human species. Man and woman coming together. We need love. We need to hear. We need to listen. We need to really, really love from the depth of our amness. It's not the beingness, because the beingness has the implication of becoming. It's not becoming. Is as we live moment by moment, heartbeat by heartbeat, breath to breath. So ladies, good news. You want to change that man? Listen. Husbands, you want to change that woman who's been nagging you? Why don't you listen to what she has to say? Because you're probably the bonehead that can't hear. And ladies, you can be a bonehead too. It's the funny thing about being a bonehead, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or a child, a granddaughter or grandson or grandfather or grandmother. It has no distinctions between age groups. You're probably hearing this background music. That's me having a singing chant. Follow your dream. Make it alive. Do what Mark Joyner says in Simpleology. Select the target. Keep the target in mind and keep shooting at the target until you hit it. Follow your dream. Make it alive. Communicate by listening, not speaking. Communicate not with the dagger, but communicate with a love hook. This is RockNchinaman. Agape Salam.